Hi everyone, my name is Dyne, Executive Regional Vice President and Independent Consultant with Arbonne International. So today we are cooking and we're using our Instapot. I'm going to show you some healthy recipes, or a recipe that you could use. And if you don't have an Instapot, don't worry, because you could actually do this on your stove top as well. At the end, I'll post the link if you want. You could message me so that I could send it out to you. And just a couple things. Now, maybe you want to feel better, you want to get healthier, you want to maybe lose weight, any of those reasons, or maybe even not, but you want quick and easy, delicious meals. Well, here today I'm going to show you how you can do that, not only just feed yourself, but feed your family. Just to let you know, our program is based on 5 principles. We want you to eat clean, nutrient-dense foods. We want to help you eliminate the most common acidic, allergenic, and inflammatory foods. We also want to help balance your blood sugars and your pH levels. While we do that, we are reducing and turning down that toxic influx that's coming into your system from foods you're eating, the environment, all that. Finally, we want to support your elimination organs like your liver and your kidneys and your digestive tract. So when you're eating the right foods, you can actually try to get healthy from the inside and out. So today we're going to make a chicken tortilla soup. For those of you that don't eat tortillas, it could be a tortilla-less soup for you, but I'm just going to show you just how simple this is. So you have your Instapot. Doesn't really matter what size because it works in pretty much all the different sizes, and you have your control panel. You're going to want to make sure you turn on saute, which is right there, and it's going to start to heat up. So a couple things about your Instapot. You're going to make sure that this sealing silicone ring is secured. If it's loose, then the Instapot will not pressurize, okay? First thing. Number 2, you're gonna make sure you do have your inner pot and use it. Sounds logical, but just remember you have to use the inner pot when you use your Instapot. So right now it's starting to heat up, and we're gonna actually saute in your Instapot. One thing I love about the Instapot is that it's pretty much one pot cooking. I'm gonna saute and cook in the same pot, so that's less cleanup, less time. And for someone like me, I don't like to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, so this is perfect. So as that's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my extra virgin olive oil. You're gonna put about 2 tablespoons. You can measure it, of course, but I don't. I kind of just estimate. That looks good to me. All right, and then we're going to put in our garlic and our onions. So, of course, fresh garlic is probably best, but once again, a time saver. I actually buy garlic in a bottle. It's already minced, and so for me, it's just squeezing a little bit of garlic into the recipes. All right, so we're going to let it just heat up a little bit more. So besides the garlic and the onions, we're also going to use about 1 cup to 2 cups of carrots sliced, about 2 cups of celery. You're going to get a can of diced tomatoes, as well as a small can of mild green chilies. You're going to have chicken broth. I actually have mine already made. You could, of course, buy the kind that comes in the carton. And then your spices, and this is 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, and then 1 teaspoon of oregano. And we're going to have water, and then you're going to use chicken thighs. I prefer chicken thighs over chicken breasts simply because they stay moist longer. So if you want to use chicken breast in your recipe, then we actually have to adapt the time just because it won't take as long to cook. All right, so you could feel that it's warm, ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and add garlic. I need a spoon, Eddie. Please. To mix it up. You're going to want to have a cooking utensil as well. Or like a spatula. Wooden. I like wooden. Okay, so there you go. The garlic is in there. Of course, if you want a little bit more garlic, you could do it to taste. I'm just going to dump in my onions. You can hear the sizzling. And you're going to saute it for about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so a couple don'ts for your Instapot. Don't forget to read the instruction manual that comes with your Instapot. A lot of things in there are really helpful, and so make sure you read through it. You're also going to want to make sure when we get to turning our Instapot on, you have a sealing knob right here. So it usually will say sealing or venting. And so when you're going to be cooking, it's going to be on seal. And I'll show you how we do that. And then when you are done cooking, you're going to vent it And if you can see the valve right there, you're going to want to make sure that you do not put your hand over that. So you're going to move your valve simply from the side. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to move it from here, not right here, because all that steam is going to release right into it. All right, so I'm going to continue stirring this up. That looks good. You can kind of smell those delicious flavors of the onion and garlic. And then we're going to go right ahead and add in our carrots. We're going to add in our chopped celery. And go ahead. So a couple more minutes sauteing that up. Now if you really want to save time, I try to buy most things organic, but I know that they have a lot of frozen veggies that are already cut up for you, so that's an option for you as well. Another thing is this is a really foolproof recipe. It's really hard to mess up. If you get the ingredients, the order of the ingredients wrong, it's still going to taste fabulous. Okay, so as we stir, I'm going to reach for our diced tomatoes. As well as our diced green chilies. And then we're going to go ahead and add our, we'll do our spices. Okay, so for me, sometimes I'll just keep some of my chicken breasts or organic chicken thighs in the freezer. And what's great is you don't have to thaw them out before you cook, because the Instant Pot will cook the same amount of time, really, whether it's frozen or not. So I added the spices. It's about 2 pounds of chicken breast. I don't know how much I have here. This is just how much I have frozen. And I'm going to throw that in. And then you have 4 cups of chicken broth. As well as 2 cups of water. Okay. Mine is still frozen. So after that, you just give it a nice stir. You're going to take your lid. Okay, so I'm doing this backwards. There we go. And then you're going to turn it to lock. And then once again, you're going to take your sealing. This right here. And you're going to make sure it's on seal rather than vent. All right, so a couple things while it is starting to pressurize. So when you look at a recipe for Instant Pot, you're going to realize like, oh, wow, it's so quick. It only has to cook for 5 minutes, 10, maybe 20. But the whole process is actually longer than that. It takes time to actually pressurize. So you want to make sure you see how long it takes, and that depends on your Instant Pot. If you have a larger one and you have less ingredients, it might take longer to pressurize. When it's pressurizing, it's actually not cooking yet. It's just preparing to cook. So the liquid that's in there is actually steam that's going to be used to cook your food. So nutrients sometimes are you still keep the nutrients in your food, of course. The taste, maybe the flavors meld together even better. You're using a little bit less energy. So I love using the Instant Pot. It's convenient, it's fast, and I love that I don't have to sit over my stove stirring or checking to make sure things don't overboil or things don't burn. All right, so now that I've put it on, I'm going to set the Instant Pot for 14. So there's a lot of buttons on your Instant Pot, and I'm going to keep it really simple for you. We use saute to start, and then you're going to turn it off. And then we're just going to add 14 minutes, but first do manual. If you have an Instant Pot that doesn't say manual, just press pressure cooker. And then you're going to do 14. And that is now going to begin the pressurizing to fill the Instant Pot with pressure so that it can start cooking. All right, I'm going to catch up with you as soon as we're done. You can see what we have. This one?
Just on pause.
Hi, so I am back. So our Instant Pot did cook for the 14 minutes. It did pressurize first. and now we are going to release it. So like I said, you don't want to stick your hands or your face above that valve, but if you are afraid, you could actually take something and push the lever, but you could just see it pretty simply. You're going to push it or pull it, and it's going to escape. You want to make sure that your Instapot is not underneath a counter. If you wanted to, you could actually take a paper towel and you could actually put it over, or a heavier paper towel, so that you could direct the steam down. So you give it a couple minutes to release. You're going to take your chicken out. I'm going to shred it, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, so we're back. I shredded the chicken, I put it back in. I'm gonna add some lime. Now lime really just wakes up that flavor, so you could do this by taste. If you taste it and you don't feel like it needs anything, that's fine, but I always add a little bit of lime just because it makes it taste just that much better. I'm gonna add a little bit more natural sea salt to it as well. Once again, you do this to your preference, and then you stir it up, and it's ready to serve. This will feed at least 8 people, I think, maybe like 6 to 8 people. And you want to serve it, and then you could put different toppings. We have different options. And if you want to make it more of a tortilla soup, of course you're going to add tortilla strips. But if you're doing the clean eating challenge with me, that means no tortilla, but that's okay, because you can actually put a little bit of cilantro on top, and then some delicious avocado slices. If you like jalapenos, any of those look great as well. So you guys, there you go. Simple, healthy, fast eating for you. If you're interested in any of our healthy living challenges, we start every first and third Mondays of the month. Get on the program. If you're someone that is busy and you want to save time, want to save money, then even more so, you should jump on the program. Thanks for watching, you guys.